Andy Cole collecting all the awards, but probably the most important of his 22 goals, 16 of them in the Premiership, came in the match at Old Trafford. It produced for Newcastle United their first point in the Premiership after they'd started their campaign with 2 defeats, and it gave his side the belief that they could live with the best. And now, here they are with the whole of the league, hoping they can place a boulder in the way of the runaway leaders. Robert Lee is fit for a game that no one in the camp wanted to miss. He passed the fitness test on a knee injury. Scott Sellers has recovered from a back injury, and Steve Howe plays his first game at home since the opening game of the season. Manchester United are unchanged from Wednesday, which produced their 10th away victory. Roy Keane starts on the substitutes bench. He came on at Bramall Lane after being out for 5 games, the result of a burst blood vessel. The man in charge is Keith Hackett. And if you don't know which team is which, you haven't been watching much football this season. On by Mark Hughes. First offside flag, catches Andy Cole. Hughes, he was held, referee played a super advantage. Owen. Giggs. McClare. Manchester United in the end rather unlucky. Cantona didn't have time to turn the body. Giggs, he might. Cantona's in a good position to his right. Istanbul made that piece of information. No waste of time. Hughes. Players are finding the pitch very difficult. And that was not a good tackle by Hughes. But it's well received. No fuss made by Howie. Cole makes the run. Beardsley in possession. And again Beardsley. Cole to his left. It's all a bit too anxious. Picked up again. And it shouldn't have been. Owen concedes the corner. That's cutting a lot. Met by Ince. Too strong the throw out, even against the breeze. That's well played out. Benison drives through and has a little confrontation with Ince afterwards. Paul Parker. Lee Sharp. Hughes in the middle. 2 others with him. Well done by Sharp. On by Giggs. Hughes. Attack from Manchester United, and at the end of it, Mark Hughes didn't quite get it as he wanted to. Clark. Bannister's header. Not a good one. Beardsley, good save. Got away with it, did Gary Bannister. An instant shot after a poor header by Gary Bannister. Sellers to take the corner. Plenty forward, driven cross off the head of Beardsley. Touch unlucky, the little fella. Well, two best things have come from Beardsley. It was a good ball in by Sellers and just past Peter Schmeichel's right post. Comes down to Cole. Beardsley makes the run instantly, but Cole can't get the ball enough welly. Defensive error again. Clark. Beardsley. No foul, says the referee. It was on the edge of the box. But the referee's given nothing anyway. Cantona at the other end. Harry covers and well. Got away, but so had the ball. And the crowd still reacting to the fact that there was no free kick given. Real dive in there by Ince, and it looked like a push, I have to say, by Steve Bruce, but outside the area. Bruce slightly stepped on the ball. Cantona back to help. It was a very risky pass. Might be made to play. Sellers, though, hangs on too long. And Brian McClare brings it out and then is fouled. And that really all came as a result of a long clearance across the face of the penalty area by Eric Cantona, and it could have been costly. Cole waiting to know when to go, trying to make a bit of a hole for Sellers, who then ran down a cul-de-sac. Giggs. Pressure on his head. 2 minutes to take on. He was held off the ball by Lee, but he swung first. Still a kid smile, although he's now in his 20s. Kevin Keegan goes to the dressing room first. And he knows that his side created the only two chances of the half, both to Beardsley. The first coming from a bad clearance that produced a good save by Schmeichel. The second, a flicked header that came from the corner and went past Schmeichel's right-hand post. But the soft pitch and the wind playing a part. But although they might not agree, a disappointing first half. And here we go. The second half, it's 0-0. Only a couple of goal-mouth incidents in the first period. Lewis from Manchester United, I suppose, was the overhead kick by Hughes, which was by no means one of his special ones. Cole. Overhit it a bit. Here's Lee. Watson and Giggs. Good play, good sway by Watson. Offside. One young man against another. Steve Watson getting away from Giggs. Elliott. Good stuff from Clark. Sellers. Taken by Beardsley, inside is Clark. Cover man with Ince. Still on though. Beardsley Good goalkeeping by Peter Schmeichel, really spread himself well. And he was right on top of Peter Beardsley. Beardsley again. Bracewell. Mark. Ince didn't know he had it. Sellers, Beardsley on the touchline. Out by Pallister. Ince, who got in the challenge, and it was picked up by Sellers, and suddenly it was Beardsley against Schmeichel, who did awfully well. Indication of how soft this pitch is. And a lot of time at half-time fitting in the divots. Beardsley. Good leap by Paul Parker, had to win it, there were two behind him. Sellers. Clark. The threat continues to come from Newcastle, very much more than from Manchester. Busy black and whites. Watson. It's in play still. Parker didn't make the clearance. Bracewell. Well seen by Pallister. There's always somebody following up. And again. Cantona. Chance of the break. Almost a superb ball, looking for Giggs. Steve Watson. Lee Clark. Elliott. Handball by Bruce. Brings a smile to the referee's face and irritation around the ground. Andrei Kanchelskis about to be brought into the action. Who has to make his way off again to be replaced by the Russian international born in the Ukraine. Newcastle hunting packs. Got the finesse of the Dutch side that did that so effectively. As yet, it might come. Still Manchester United under a lot of pressure. But here's Giggs. Good shot, good goal. Paul Ince, his first of the season. After a lot of pressure in the second half by Newcastle United, suddenly Manchester United snatch a goal. Cracking shot from Paul Ince past the outstretched hand of Mike Hooper. Kanchelskis with the cross. They didn't really mark up well. Giggs had the time, set it up for Ince to drive home. A second short of the hour. And worth putting on record that shot by Paul Ince, which found its way home, was the first shot on goal in the match for Manchester United, and it came a second short of the hour. Play by Howie. Used to be a forward and got forward like one there. Not a bad cross either, well watched. Hurry! He started it and tried to finish it. That was where Bruce just got his head to it. Shot over the top. No changes yet by Kevin Keegan. His opposite number, Alec Ferguson, with reason to feel that his worked very well. Giggs to the middle, found by Kanchelskis, the new man, and Ince coming in to score. Chase for Giggs. Hooper has to come a long way. Not back in his goal yet. Stuff from Howie. Pallister. Lovely header from Cantonata, sharp. Good stop. Well forward was Hooper. Sharp would be a bit disappointed he didn't do better. He was clean down the middle. On his right, drove it straight at Mike Hooper. We haven't seen concerted attacks on Newcastle since they went behind, which will be the disappointment of the majority in the crowd of 36,388, which is the season's best by exactly 14. Previous best was against Liverpool. Newcastle are concerned, a very different match from the one against Liverpool. That was won by half-time. This will take a deal of winning now. Beardsley. Oh, what a good ball. Lee does well with the cross. Cole! It's one apiece. Well, they're halfway there. Wonderful ball by Peter Beardsley. Instant cross by Robert Lee. It just needed the nod. Excellent goal. '72nd minute. It's 1-1 as it was at Old Trafford. Andy Cole has scored as he did at Old Trafford. And no surprise who started the move. Beautiful pass. It must be said, although they've been a little on their heels since going behind, Newcastle deserved the goal. Goal against the side where he spent a few months, Peter Beardsley. And Kevin Keegan, who adopted a very calm posture when his side went down. It's taken a long, long time for the kettle to come to the boil, but it certainly has reached that point now. What a pass by Beardsley. Excellent cross. Howie. Elliott. Sellers. Oh, look at that. Nicely done. Clark now the recipient. Cole. Lost control. Almost got it back again. Sellers. If it had got the touch from Beardsley, it would have been in, because Michael was already committed to the shot. Watson. For Cole, Bannister with him, Beardsley in the middle, so's Clark. Cole. The score, 1 minute left. Benison once more. Bit short by Bracewell. And this is Ince. And Giggs waits. The pass is behind them all. And Keane fires wide. And I think you know exactly how Alec Ferguson feels. It was the wrong ball in the first place, but it was a blaster that got a deflection for the corner by Keane. Nobody challenged, and Hooper seemed to be very surprised about that. Can't believe it, no Manchester United player moved into the 6-yard area. It's run through to Beardsley. Parker with him. No foul. Keane. Owen. Well, the wind may have died a little bit. This is the challenge by Parker. Won the ball cleanly. The wind died. The pitch didn't get any better. But my heaven, the second half did. Paul Ince scoring for Manchester United just short of the hour, against the balance of play at that stage. Andy Cole squaring it as he did at Old Trafford back in August. 1-1, the final outcome of a match which took so long to get going, but when it did, produced a very interesting last half an hour. Newcastle United 1, Manchester United 1.